Okay, hey, what's up everybody? This is Paul from Inside PA Training. If you're not familiar with me, I'm a PA, a physician assistant, and not only do I work in the field, I also write about it, including how you can become a PA and what it's like to work as a PA, to practice. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about physician assistant salary because it's something we get asked about a lot, and it's understandable. People know that it's a big commitment to join this field, and they want to know, hey, financially, if I do this, what's in it for me? Well, my numbers for you come from two professional clinical journals, Advanced Web for NPs and PAs and Clinical Advisor. And what they do every year is they survey their members and they ask them, what kind of money are you making? What kind of work are you doing? Well, in 2012, the most recent year available, what they learned was the average full-time salary for a physician assistant was, drumroll please, $102,165. That's like $55 an hour. I think we can all agree that's a pretty sweet number. It actually is an even more impressive number when you take into account the fact that that is a $7,300 increase over just the previous year. Why such a big increase? Well, as you know, our economy has been struggling, and in 2011 things were worse. PAs actually reported something unusual. They reported, on average, giving back about $2,000 a year in salaries. So in 2012, they made that back, but they more than made it back. $7,300 is a huge jump. I have to think a lot of that has to do with the fact that not only is the economy on the mend, but also healthcare as an industry is booming. The new healthcare reform is coming, and although everyone's not sure exactly what it's going to look like, everyone does seem to agree that there will be more people with coverage. More people with coverage means more people who need care, hence greater demand for PAs, and any career in demand tends to see salaries rise. Now, there were some differences in terms of gender. Men who are PAs reported making about $107,000 a year, women about $97,000 a year, a difference of 10%. And that may seem like a lot, and it is, but in 2011, the prior year, the difference had been 15%, so the women are catching up. And indeed, women in this year's survey were the fastest growing group in terms of salary. Now, people also ask us, how does that number for salary for PAs compare to that of nurse practitioners? They do very similar work, NPs and PAs do. Shouldn't they be paid about the same? Well, the short answer is no. Historically, in recent years at least, PAs have outperformed nurse practitioners in terms of salary, and 2012 was no different. That $102,165 number is about $9,300 greater than the average reported income for nurse practitioners in the same survey. So it's a pretty big difference. Why? Again, it has to do mostly with gender. The nurse practitioner field is overwhelmingly female, about 91% women, 9% men, and there's a little more balance in the PA profession, which is about 57% women, 43% men. And having more men in the field increases the salary as a whole, like it or not. Now, some really exciting numbers. The main one, the one I think is the most exciting, is what does a new PA make? What do you make when you're right out of school? Well, apparently you make about $91,500. That is a huge sum of money. When I was in my mid-20s, if I had that kind of money, I don't know what I would have done. I'd probably be dead today. Imagine you have student loans to pay off, you've been in school for about 2 years, and the bill collectors are knocking at the door. Finally, you have some money, and some significant money to pay that with. It makes it a lot easier. So I think that's really one of the exciting pluses of this field. Now, how about geography? There was one finding I thought was kind of interesting, and you'll know why in just a second. PAs in the north, the east, and the south all made about the same, about $96,000 a year. PAs in the western states reported making on average about $104,000 a year. That's a pretty big difference. I can't totally account for this other than to possibly say that the PA profession is a little more established on the East Coast, and there may be a greater supply, maybe a supply and demand issue. The West Coast, it's a little newer. A lot of people don't quite know what PAs are yet out here. A lot do, but a lot don't as well. Now, I'm from California. I practice here. I went to UC Davis School of Medicine's PA program, so you won't see me crying over that number, but I definitely thought it was interesting. Now, one of the questions that they asked in their survey was, the salary that you made this year, was it more, less, or the same compared to last year? And 85% reported that it was the same or more than they had made the previous year. Even more exciting was when they asked them, what about next year? Do you expect to make more, less, or the same? Fully 95% of the respondents said they expected to make even more money next year. So I think you can see from these numbers there's some definite optimism within the field in terms of salary. It would be easy to walk away from this video saying, you know, hey, everyone's going to go become a PA now and there won't be any room for me, but I wouldn't count on it. I remain pretty bullish about PA careers. The field as a whole is in a real shortage. We can't seem to produce PAs fast enough, even with new programs being created and increasingly higher rates of training for PAs. This shortage is projected to last at least another 20 years. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics is even projecting a 30% increase in the PA workforce between the years 2010 and 2020. And that's dramatic. That is about twice as fast as the average profession. So I think you can see from this that not only is it a good time to be a PA, it's going to be a good time to be a PA for a long while to come. So my message to you is simple. If this is a field that interests you, it's not too late. Do your homework and learn about it. It's a terrific profession. Now, if you have questions about the field, you want to know what it's like to practice as a PA, you want to know what they do, how you become one, please stop by InsidePATraining.com.